Hey, I was just out in my garden and I just wanted to show you some of the greens that I got. So I put my blender on this scale here and I already have some flax oil. I use flax oil sometimes if my tummy starts hurting, I start getting bloated or something, I use the flax oil, which is still more expensive. So I got some, look, lacinato kale. Let me see, this blender needs to zero out. Okay, I just want to see how much I got. Like lacinato, I know I got a couple leaves. I got some mustards. Look how nice, and mustards are kind of strong tasting, but they're good for you. It's another cruciferous. Look at this leaf. You could use it as a fan. And some more lacinato. This here, I got a couple leaves like this. This is leaves from the cauliflower plant, because I don't think it's going to really go to, I don't think it's really going to make flour like where I could harvest cauliflower. Bok choy cannot stand the heat. It'll just completely bolt like quick. So I started harvesting that. We're going on vacation, so I'm trying to harvest some big leaves. Here's another mustard green. So beautiful. And it's purple, so you're getting extra nutrients. Here's another Napa cabbage. I'm harvesting like the outside leaves of the Napa. That looks like it wants to form a cabbage head. I love Napa in the smoothie, but you know, again, that's not something that, some more leaves. It's a mixture of the cauliflower leaves and a little lacinato leaf in there. Let's see, and here's some others, small leaves. All the cabbages and stuff, they like cool weather. Okay, so we got 11.2 ounces of fresh greens from the garden. That's not bad at all. I could have harvested more, but I'd rather use some more tomorrow. A lot of the organic greens in the store you get from Mexico. When are they picked? I don't know. It's the freshest you can get right from your patio or your garden. So on top of the fresh greens that I got from the garden, I added some. I bought the other day, or it's like last week, some local spinach at the small market. It's like an organic market. And they had some spinach from Lancaster, which is like 45 minutes from me. And then also some non-organic, I would say, non-organic spinach. I also bought at Aldi. Spinach is best organic, but I wouldn't let that steer you from making smoothies and improving your health. It's better to have it than to not have it at all. As you can see here, I got 24 ounces altogether, 1.5 pounds, which is that's my daily intake of fresh, healing, leafy greens. Since I did not add flax seeds, the smoothie is not going to need as much water, at least for me. I don't like it too thick. I think when it's a little thin, it helps me just suck it down. So I usually add about 48 ounces of water if I use flax seeds or chia seeds, but I use the oil today. Today I'm going to add about 40 ounces of water. And then I'm going to add this lime. It takes the edge off. When you want to increase your greens, that's a great tip to put some lime or lemon in there. You see I have 2 bananas. You can do all frozen fruit if you want. Okay, so before I add any fruit, I'm going to put the lid on. And I'm going to just blend this up some. Make sure the lid's on it or everything will be green. It'll be a mess. Okay, let me turn this on. And this is a smoothie setting here, the smoothie. And then, I usually just blend it just enough to get some of the greens down. But as you can see, it's pretty full. And then I usually pour it in the jars because it's, I don't want it to overflow. I usually pour it in the jars and then add a little fruit, and then you'll see. Okay, so let me do this first. Let's blend it again. So I added some, a little bit of fruit. Well, the bananas and some pineapple to the smoothie. Sometimes something doesn't get blended up here. Let me take this out real quick. That happens, especially if you fill the blender too high. So I'm going to pour some of the mix in my jars. I usually pour it to about halfway. I think the spinach can make it a little bit frothy. I'll fill it about halfway. So now, this isn't a mixed berry blend bag, but as you can see, I froze some mandarins. This isn't something I advise you to do. It was annoying. It took a while, but it was some mandarins that was in my fridge for a long time, and I didn't want them to go to waste. It was kind of end of season type of thing. So I'm going to put the mandarins in there. And then also, I have, if you could see in there, it's some strawberries. I'll just put a little bit of strawberries. I can get them out of the bag. Just like this much. The spinach leaf that didn't get blended. I put the lid on it. Blend up again. I usually taste this. This smoothie again is a little thinner. That's pretty sweet. I put bananas, so it should be sweet enough. But this is a little bit thinner, as you could see how thin it is, because I didn't use the seeds. I used the flax oil, like I said. Sometimes I use that if my tummy is bothering me. This is a pickle jar. It's 40 ounces. I usually start with that. That's what I drink every day. I'm really relaxed now. I just did 40 minutes of yoga and I feel like sleepy now because I'm so relaxed. But usually after my workout, I don't do yoga every day, but a few times a week. After my workout is when I start to drink my smoothie. And it's delicious. It's definitely, you can still taste the greens. It's not like completely sweet, but it's a good balance. When I have the last smoothie, it might be a little bit stronger. It's best like right away. And this is like my main like nutrients of my greens. This is most of my greens for the day.